Have you ever looked up at the night sky? Thousands of stars shining, yet some brighter than others? Heaven, my friend, is a lot like that. Every soul that reaches heaven is filled with perfect joy. No sadness, no pain, no darkness. But here's a mystery most people never think about. If every soul in heaven is happy, why do some shine more brilliantly than others? What makes one person's light radiant like the sun, and another's like the soft glow of a candle? Is it their good deeds, their prayers, their sacrifices, or is it something much deeper, something only God Himself can see? Tonight, we will go beyond the veil to discover the secret reason why some souls shine brighter in heaven, and what it means for you, for me, and for everyone walking this earth today. Because once you understand this truth, you'll never see your struggles, your pain, or even your love the same way again. Chapter 1. The Mystery of Heavenly Light. The Bible tells us in Matthew 13:43, "Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father." This is not poetry, it's revelation. Heaven is a place of light, because God is light. Every soul there reflects that divine brilliance. But the intensity of that light, how bright you shine, is tied to how deeply your soul has loved. St. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 15:41, "Star differs from star in glory. So it will be with the resurrection of the dead. Each soul is fully happy in heaven, but not all souls are equally radiant. It's not inequality, it's harmony. Just as every instrument in an orchestra plays its unique sound, so every soul adds its own brilliance to God's eternal symphony. And yet, the difference comes down to something profound: the depth of love carried from earth to eternity. Chapter 2. The Measure of Love. Heaven measures not by wealth or fame, but by love, pure, selfless, sacrificial love. Sainte Thérèse of Lisieux explained it beautifully. In heaven, each soul will be filled with joy, but some cups are larger than others, and each will be full. The difference is not about being greater or lesser, it's about capacity. How much love could your soul hold while you lived on earth? A child who forgives without being asked, a mother who prays alone in the dark, a man who quietly chooses kindness over pride. Each act stretches the soul, expanding its ability to love. And that love, invisible here, becomes light there. Some souls will glow softly like candles, peaceful and warm. Others who lived with extraordinary love will blaze like suns, their light touching countless souls around them for eternity. Chapter 3. The Trials that Purify the Soul. Now, here's where the mystery deepens. Why do some souls carry such light? Because they've walked through great darkness. The saints often said that suffering is heaven's forge, where pain melts pride and tears polish the soul. When you choose faith in the storm, when you forgive those who don't deserve it, when you pray even when God feels silent, your light grows. It's easy to love when life is easy, but real holiness begins when love costs you something. Maybe you've lost someone you loved. Maybe your prayers feel unanswered. Maybe your kindness has been met with cruelty. Still, if you keep believing, your soul burns brighter than you know. Every scar, every loss, every tear can become light in heaven. Because through suffering, love becomes pure. Chapter 4. The Saints who radiate eternity. Think of St. Francis of Assisi, who gave up everything for the poor. His joy still shines through centuries because his heart burned only for Christ. Think of St. Teresa of Calcutta, tiny in body but radiant in soul. She once said, "At the end of life, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have, but by how much love we have given." Or Saint Padre Pio, who bore the wounds of Christ and still prayed for others. He turned his pain into intercession. That's what makes a soul luminous. These saints remind us that holiness isn't about perfection. It's about how much we let God love through us. Chapter 5. The hidden light within you. You may not see it now, but your soul has its own light, shaped by every prayer, every act of mercy, every quiet forgiveness. When you smile at someone who's hurting, when you pray for a friend who's fallen away, when you choose peace instead of anger, heaven sees it. Maybe you think your life is ordinary, unseen, unimportant, but no act of love ever disappears. In heaven, those moments become eternal light, woven into your very being. The saints you admire were once ordinary souls too, until love transformed them. So how bright will your soul shine? That depends on the love you choose right now. Chapter 6. The crown of eternal glory. Every journey of faith, every struggle, every sacrifice, every act of love is leading toward one moment, the moment you finally see God face to face. In that instant, all your questions fade. Every tear you ever cried will make sense. Every pain you endured out of love becomes a jewel in your eternal crown. Scripture says in 2 Timothy 4:8, "There is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day." That crown isn't made of gold or gems. It's made of light. The same light that once flickered in your heart during your hardest days. The same light that refused to go out when you prayed and no one saw. Every time you loved selflessly, every time you forgave instead of hated, every time you carried your cross quietly, your crown grew brighter. In heaven, some crowns will shine like dawn, others like the full sun, but each one will reflect God's own glory. And here's the most beautiful truth. You don't earn that crown through perfection. You receive it through love, imperfect, struggling, honest love. St. Augustine once wrote, "The reward of virtue is virtue itself, to see the face of God and live." When your soul finally stands in that light, you won't be jealous of others' brightness. You'll rejoice because their light will become part of yours, a single flame in the great ocean of divine love. Heaven isn't competition, it's completion. It's the final reunion of all who chose love over fear. So if life feels dark right now, if you think your light has gone out, remember, the smallest flame can still light eternity. God hasn't forgotten you. He's shaping your crown. Through every trial, every act of kindness, every silent yes to His will. And when you finally cross into His light, you'll understand what all the suffering was for, why every tear mattered, and why your soul, too, was meant to shine forever. The light that never fades. One day, you and I will stand before the light that made us, and everything false will fade away. There will be no jealousy, no fear, no sorrow, only light. Some souls will shine with the quiet glow of peace. Others will radiate like stars, not because they were greater, but because they loved more. Revelation 21:23 says, "The city has no need of sun or moon, for the glory of God gives it light." That glory could live in you even now. So keep loving, even when it hurts. Keep forgiving, even when it feels impossible. Keep believing, because your light is growing in ways you cannot see. Let your soul shine brighter each day through love, mercy, and faith. Because heaven remembers every light you share. If this message touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe. Your faith might be the spark that helps another soul shine again.